Today we have a very special caller with us from the inside of Rahway Prison, New Jersey. Max, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. You're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
Okay, can you turn me up a little bit? Okay, can you hear me now, okay? Can you hear me, Max?
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Prison is the death of a poor man, Okay, I think we're good. So, we should be ready to record. You have a good shot?
Violence and life behind bars have always been big subjects in rap music. And so who better to make jailhouse rap than inmates at the East Jersey State Prison here in Rahway, New Jersey, about 30 minutes from Manhattan.
We are outside of Rahway Prison now, what was formerly known as Rahway, that is.
Where the Lifers group have just recorded and released their first rap record.
I'm telling the kids, prison is like this. I've lived it for 11 years. As you can see, there's no joke about this at all. You come in a young man, you go out old.
And we just drove by on the way up here to meet Maxwell Melvins.
That's awesome. Let me see what else I got in here. That's you. Yeah, that's me me sitting on the bed, me on the cover again. I have like a lot of memorabilia. I just don't have it here. This was this the first magazine of hip hop, Source.
Yeah.
And of course they did a feature on me in here.
Nice. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I did a feature on one of their first. Hold on. Right here.
Nice.
Yeah, I did that picture again. It's a copy of my nomination when I was nominated.
Wow. So you were nominated for that VHS.
Yeah,
that
for
you
the
just had,
best
that
long
video.
form music video against Peter Gabriel, Sinead O'Connor.
Madonna, and Billy Joel. But while this tape was recorded live at Yankee Stadium, this one's from a place where the games can be deadly.
Of course, Madonna won, of course, because they were looking for something differently at the time. And like I said, I set out to do none of this. Became bigger than me. I set out with a mission to accomplish something, and it turned into a lot of other things. What else did I have for you? Something else I have, for example, when I used to do interviews, and sometimes they come with some crazy questions.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your levels.
When they used to come with some crazy questions sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's just
I'm not
do
gonna.
you? No, I don't care.
You already met me, so you know how I roll.
This is what I'm
right?
saying. So number one,
like
I have no problem with self-disclosure.
Yeah.
So I don't have no problem. I don't got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with self-disclosure.
I'd say the most on-the-spot question
Yeah.
is that I'll just ask you what you were in for.
I got no problem with that. No problem.
That's the most
I ain't got
intimate question I'm gonna ask you.
No problem. I have no problem with self-disclosure. I don't have anything to hide.
Good.
Yeah, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling on all these. You want me to cut and start again, or
Oh, you're rolling?
I'm rolling on everything. Everything's
right.
going.
Let's go. Thank you, Maxwell Melvins.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely a pleasure. We're in your home right now. Thank you for having us here. I wrote some questions that I brought with me. So my name is Fury Young. I'm the producer of Die Jim Crow. And it's an honor to be here with Maxwell Melvins of the Lifers Group.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. So here we go. Why don't you just start off with telling us a little bit about where you're from?
Well, originally I'm from Glassboro, New Jersey, but most of my life I grew up in Camden, Camden, New Jersey, which is not very far from here, right next to Philadelphia.
I think last time I read about Camden, I was informed that it had the highest crime rate in America or something like that.
Yes, it absolutely did. It was, in fact, the #1 crime area at that time.
So when you were growing up, it was rampant?
It wasn't as much as it is right now. I mean, because one of the reasons for that is guys banged out, fist to fist. I mean, because somebody got upset, you didn't just run and grab no gun. The closest thing to it, a guy might take a stick or something, defend himself and knock you upside your head. But for someone bumping into you or something like that, you didn't have nobody just want to grab a gun and shoot you.
Right, right.
Back then, it was just something different about the people.
There was more of a code. In a way.
There was more of a people.
More respect kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Just like even amongst criminals and thieves, you might not think, but there was a code among them. There were just like certain things you wouldn't do against people or humanity at a particular time. Not that any crime is right, but they still, just like the mob had a code. You don't go and kill Joey's mother because Joey did something to you or something. So they had codes and different things now.
So tell us about your life prior to entering prison, because you served 32 years?
Yeah, 32 years. Before entering prison, I was a little young kid. Like I said, I grew up in Camden. I had 14 other siblings, brothers and sisters in my family, pretty big family. I basically grew up, it was, Camden at the time was somewhat of a fairly decent area, very integrated area, everybody
Amongst
pretty
black and
whites. Yes, it was pretty much a black and white area. Very industrial place at the time. Some of your major companies was in that area, so it was very corporate at that time. And myself, I went to Pine Point Junior High School, and where some of my brothers and sisters took towards home and other things in their life, I pretty much took to the streets and was more so thrilled by that. The action on the street, like even far as us cutting classes, thought we was doing fun things. We used to just cut classes and go down to the river and watch the bridge open and the boats go by, sitting there drinking a soda or whatever. We were doing things like that. And, some things just led to another. Like I recall the time I used to spend a lot of time by Rutgers College. I lived right next to the Ben Franklin Bridge. And I used to go over there. They used to have a lot of activities over there, inner city, swimming and all that. So I recall going through there sometimes. Security guard used to try to run us off. That we felt that was our home, that was our area. And I recall one time I walked through there. Next time I walked through there, he told me to, get off here, don't come over here no more. I have my dog with me. So I took my dog, I said, get him. So my dog ran after him. And everything. Nothing happened. He didn't see me no more. About 2 weeks later, I was going to shoe store to get some shoes repaired. And I just happened to be walking. He pulls up. I don't have the dog or nothing with me then. He grabs me. He puts me in the car. He takes me to juvenile detention. So that was my first brush with the law and somewhat the system at that time for something so innocently in which I thought. But he didn't think so. It was a joke to me.
Right.
So I kind of went to detention, and my mother had to come and sign and get me released.
How long were you in there for?
2 days, I believe I was in there. And at that time, it wasn't even a big deal. At that time, I didn't think, it wasn't frightening or nothing. It was just like, juvenile detention at the time, soft, whatever. Fed you bread and cookies, entertainment, took you out pony riding and all them things. So it wasn't no big deal or something. That might even have had an impact on, and future things that you became a part of. Hey, what's that right there? Where they gonna take us to ride horses and stuff and to show you, Yeah.
So how old were you when you ended up doing the 32 years?
I was 19 when I ended up doing the 32 years. 19 years old. And
What are you here for?
I'm here for accidental homicide.
the reason this came about, me and a guy had got into a confrontation because he finagled me out of some money over some drugs. He told me someone had robbed him. So I didn't believe it. So, I went back to the place where he said occurred and everything, and we got in a confrontation, and I was with another fellow. And the other guy had a gun in the car or something. I'm very angry at the time. And he said, Max, take this. So I grabbed it. So I get up to the guy that had beat me out of my money, them terms. I'll use those terms. We got in an argument. I said, I want my money or I want my drugs right now. So he said, I don't have them. They beat me. I don't have money or the drugs. So I think I slapped him upside his head or something. I believe he took off running. I fired like 4 shots, recklessly, just pow, pow, pow. During the course of that, an innocent bystander got hit. Innocent bystander just happened to be coming out the bar. And as that happened, people started coming over to me. Yo, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I said, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. You just shot the guy, the innocent guy, for nothing. I said, I didn't mean to do it. So the crowd became enraged, was coming in roar and mad. And, you know, like they wanted to attack me stuff. So I left. I took off. But what I found out a few days later, you know who had got killed? My best friend, my childhood friend who I hadn't seen in 3 years, who moments before that happened, I had just greeted him. We hadn't seen each other in 3 years. It was my best childhood friend that got killed.
Wow.
That got struck by that bullet. My best friend. Not that it was right for anybody, not that I didn't have the same feelings about anybody getting hit, but I'm just saying how strange.
It's a very strange twist of fate.
Yeah. So, you know, I found out that happened. I was frightened. You know, like I said, I didn't know at that particular time it was him still, but I was frightened. So I tried to avoid apprehension. And I left for about a week. And then the more I was thinking about it, was my friend. I was in New York. I came back to Jersey in the process of turning myself in. And from there, you know, I got arrested. I went to the county jail. I had a high bail. During the course of that, my friend's family, the victim's family, had come to visit me. They couldn't believe it. Everybody saying, you shot him. You shot my brother. Nah. And they saying like, nah, Maxwell didn't shoot my brother. Maxwell didn't shoot my brother. And I was like, if he died as a result of that bullet from that night, that was me. Did I shoot him? No. Did my bullet hit him? Yes.
If you want to be a loser like me, and if this is what you want, you know, come. But I'm giving you a choice, and I'm telling you firsthand experience. This is something that you can't get out of a textbook. I want them to realize that if they choose a life of crime, you know, that this is where they end up in, you know, the belly of the beast.
From jailhouse rock to jailhouse rap, it's powerful stuff. The Belly of the Beast, the first rap song and video, recorded and shot in prison, East Jersey State. Maxwell Melvin organized the whole thing. He's got a message for the kids.
A lot of them will say, well, this is the problem out here. I have no other choice, you know? And I'm telling you, you do have a choice, so don't tell me a damn thing about what's happening out there right now, because I'm telling you, what you're doing out there right now is going to lead you here.
I can, like, just about touch both walls. I mean, I'm a small person. This is not a big space.
I pretty much can touch both walls in here.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that we do. As you'll get a tour of it, which is 4-wing.
Okay.
You'll see which is even a smaller cell. And we kind of use these cells in our program, in our format with the Juvenile Awareness Program, to show the kids if 4 guys were to roll in one of these little cells on you, show you how hopeless and helpless you are.
Oh, you've got no place to go.
You know, you have no place to run. You're trapped.
That's it.
And from here, we'll go over there, and I'll let you see, and you'll see even a smaller cell, much smaller cell.
So I was given that sentence, and
25 to life.
25 to life. Meaning before I could even be considered for parole, I would have to serve
25 years.
25 years. And man, when I heard that 25 to life, man, I didn't know what to do. Devastated, you know, clogged head, anything. You know, I had no, you know, how I was going to get through that.
When you come to prison, you're given a number, so you're losing your identity right there. I'm not known really as Maxwell Melvins. I'm known as 66064.
What the problem is facing all of us right now, it's not a black problem, it's not a white problem. The problem is a social problem out there. Take advantage of life, because you only got one life to live.